All right, folks, 1 minute till derby time. We're going to do some introductions here because we want to introduce you to the Quicksilvers as well as the world. And the world is a huge place. So there's 8 billion people in the world, but we've got just a select few here today from the world. So we're going to start out by introducing the Quicksilvers. Quicksilver's number 00, Morning Star. Number 007, and the captain, ER. Number 13, Phobia. Number 21, Astronauty. Number 24, Sunshiner, who's also co-captain with number 26, Maggie Nito, co-captains. Number 3, Betty Boom. Number 314, Wee Beastie. Number 404, Skateboard. Number 444, Jugs McGee. Number 50, Caliber. Number 7, Dr. Frankenherder. Number 8, Abysmal. Number 99, Soul Crusher. With our coach Razor and our assistant coaches, Professor Rex, Tiger Beatdown, and name, that is your RAJRD Quicksilvers. And that was Peaches, by the way.
And I'm Pippi Longstomping, and I will be announcing your world team. Number 1820, Susan B. Agony. Number 1, Green Eggs and Slam. Number 11, Casper. Number 15, Iron Maiden. Number 206, Bewitched. Number 22, Helen Killer. Number 24, How's It Coming? Number 248, Monkey Do. Number 3, Peanut Butter and Jam. Number 48, Tricky Vic. And number 652, Wednesday. Coached by Sleek Hit, Grin, and Aether. And that is your world team.
Thank you for coming out today for a roller derby. It's a busy day of roller derby and the perfect weather outside to come inside. We'll be getting started in just a minute here. I'm going to let you know there is a concession stand.
And a merch table.
And a merch table all the way over there, so. Oh, trading cards, I heard. So we're going to start this right off the bat with Bewitched jamming for the world. Oh, we're doing gear check first, it looks like.
Gear check, that's right.
Just if you're curious of what's going on right now, we're doing a gear check, and every skater has to have a helmet, elbow pads, wrist guards, knee pads, and some of them have other kind of pads too. They'll have like hip pads and things, but just the basics have to be in working order and be able to pass the officiating. Because I would say, if you fall, the ground isn't soft. It's very hard.
No, it's concrete.
That's what I hear. Also, I forgot mouth guard, too. You have to have a mouth guard. I guess that's only if you want to keep your teeth. All right, now we're getting back to action. We have Astronauti from the Quicksilvers of the Star going up against number 206, Bewitched. And with the whistle, Astronauti goes to the outside, back to the inside, hitting the four wall, but finding a way down the inside line and picking up the lead jam for the Quicksilvers.
Bewitched still trying to get through that pack in the back.
Astronauti on the first pass, scoring pass, goes to the outside and makes it through without being touched, putting 4 points on the board for the Quicksilver. Oh, Astronauti getting called for a forearm penalty is now a power jam for Bewitched and the World.
And Bewitched exits the pack for their first lap.
This is level 3 roller derby. This is the last stop you do in juniors before you go to the adult leagues. So they play the same rules as the adult leagues, as the WFTDA, MRDA, and of course, any sensible roller derby playing by those rules, especially flat track. Bewitched looking to make that scoring pass after making the initial pass. Astronauti back on the track. Since Astronauti was the lead jammer, you go to the penalty box, you lose that lead, and you'll go the full 2-minute jam. The World is not giving in easily to Astronauti, and Bewitched does make a pass. No, getting called for a track cut. It is now a power jam for the next 14 seconds for Astronauti.
And a good 12 points for Quicksilver.
Quicksilver will have, it'll be a power start for the Quicksilver with number 8 wearing the star for this jam. Still have to sit out the last 15 seconds of the penalty that the World got there towards the end of that last jam. But the World did put up 4 points in that last jam.
Now we're seeing some offense from our Quicksilver team.
Bismo breaks to the inside and picks up lead jam for Quicksilver. Four points on the board for Bismo on that pass. The World Jammer out of the penalty box, back on the track, has to make the initial pass through. They have a great job.
That's in on the inside.
And another 4 points on the board for Bismo, and the jam got called off.
Good jam. That was a good jam.
Skateboard with a star for the Quicksilvers.
And Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
For the World. Wednesday goes to the outside. Skateboard goes to the outside. Wednesday back to the inside. keeping those hands behind the back. Do not want to get called for a forearm penalty. It's a good thing to do. Put your hands someplace. Skateboard does break through the pack and picks up lead jam for Quicksilvers.
Wednesday still working on that initial pass.
Four points on the board for Skateboard in that first scoring pass down in the second turn.
Yeah.
You can keep them between you and the blocker. Four more on the board for Skateboard.
Lapping around, wow.
Great wall there made by the defenders for Skateboard, allowing the path on the outside of the track to be opened up in an easy pass for 12 points so far. Now Skateboard goes to the inside. The world is in the way.
And they call off the jam.
And just as Wednesday was getting back to the pack, 13-point jam for Skateboard and Quicksilvers. 33-4, 24-25 left in the first half.
Monkey Do is going to be jamming for the world.
Wee Beasties for Quicksilvers.
On the line, too.
They already got some contact going behind the jammers line, looked like. Both trying to go down the inside, both going to the outside and finding a path through.
Line. Oh.
I heard a whistle blown, and Wee Beastie got called for a cut track.
Track cut. You got to watch those wheels on the outside line.
Yeah. That means it is a power jam for Monkey Do, and we do not have a lead jammer. So we will go the full 2 minutes of this jam.
On the inside line, some footwork.
Monkey Do trying to put some points up on that board. Wee Beastie being back on the track. We got a minute left.
Yeah.
And the world just doubled their score with that pass. So I see it now. Wee Beastie did get lead, but also cut the track after getting lead. So they lost lead in the same move. So coming out of the penalty box, Wee Beastie picked up 4 points on that first pass, and now just picked up another 4 on the second, as well as Monkey Do getting 8 points right now. This is an all-out skate for as many points as you can get.
Monkey Do exits the pack. Some beautiful walls from these blockers. Really, really in control. Oh, and a bean dip. Oh!
Very close there. Really nice job by Iron Maiden there, trying to knock the jammer out of bounds. Unfortunately, jammer did get by, picked up 4 more points. Biggest jam of the day for both teams. 16 going Quicksilver's way, 12 going the world. Soul Crusher with a star for Quicksilver this jam.
And Casper for the world. Taking that inside line. Some jammer on jammer action there. I don't know if we're allowed to say that.
It's early morning. I think that you don't need coffee when you get hit like that. And Soul Crusher goes to the inside, picks up the lead jam coming around the second turn there. Finding another path right down the inside and not getting touched on this 4-point pass for Soul Crusher.
Casper still working on that initial pass.
Soul Crusher, a little skip there, skipping by and picking up 4 more. Owls are coming, knocking Soul Crusher out, not letting him get another easy 4 points.
Casper is pushing in on that wall, and the Quicksilvers trying to get in through that line. Some offense.
Abysmal not letting Casper get by it whatsoever. As well as Captain ER there.
Looks like we're seeing a star pass from Casper on the world team. Or an attempted star pass. Never mind.
Just a little tuck.
And a star pass.
There we go. It was the back of the head the whole time. Just not enough time to do anything with that star after getting it handed to him. I think it was Susan B. Agony getting the star there. But like I said, time was running out anyways. And unfortunately, Soul Crusher went to the penalty box, so this will be a power start with no jammers.
Meaning all the blockers have to do all this footwork and weird offense and defense until there's a jammer.
So both jammers went to the penalty box. That was an illegal star pass, so the original jammer is still Casper. The way to conduct a legal star pass is you have to hold, both players have to hold it for 1 second. You can't throw it to them. You can't drop it to them. They both have to have possession for fractions of seconds before it's passed. That did not happen, obviously. Soul Crusher did get the lead jam off the whistle and has put 4 points up on the first pass.
And it looks as though Casper got another penalty. They took their helmet off, apparently.
So it's an equipment penalty. Another 30 seconds going to stay in the box for Casper, while Soul Crusher has already have 8 points on the board and looks like another...
Racks up another 2 points.
Looks like the world has too many people in the penalty box right now, unfortunately. It's a little 5-on-2 going on.
A good bean dip.
Oh.
We love a good bean dip in Derby.
Yeah. It's a great zigging and zagging from Soul Crusher. They're going from the outside back to the inside, avoiding 2 blocks and putting 4 points up.
With a little apex jump for pizzazz. Casper is now back in the pack. With a little twist move.
Seems that the team did not field the full 5 skaters for the first jam, so they can only bring back as many that were in the penalty box and on the track, being 4. A 25-point jam for the Quicksilvers. It's 86-16, 16-60 left in the first half.
That was a lot of work for the world to do with only 2 blockers on the track at a time.
Got Astronauty with a star for Quicksilver. Green Eggs and Slam for the world.
Official timeout.
And we got timeout. So I just want to remind you that there is concessions if you're hungry. There's something to drink, something to eat. Of course, always we have sample soap comes to all the roller derbies and roller derby events here in Rochester. And if you brought some, you definitely want to drop it off at the sample soap table over there. As well as, I just want to remind you folks too, June 10th and 11th, we will be doing JRDA playoffs here in the Dome. This is like a big, big deal. The playoffs are incredible for the sport of roller derby, and junior playoffs are just as important. They will be emanating here from Rochester for 2 days in June 10th and 11th.
We got Green Eggs and Slam, number 1, jamming for the world.
Astronauty with a star for Quicksilvers once again. Astronauty runs right into the teeth of a four wall and just pushes the way through. Picks up lead jam for the Quicksilvers.
Green Eggs and Slam takes that inside line for their initial pass.
Astro just put 4 points up and called the jam off.
Meaning the world could not score. Got Susan B. Agony jamming for the world.
And Wee Beastie for Quicksilvers.
Right up against that line. These look like experienced jammers.
BC goes to the outside. B. Agnew goes down into the second lane, third lane, tries to go up across the middle, finally finds a way through, but not before Wee Beastie picked up the lead jam. Soul Crusher crushing souls as we see it and taking, getting called for a change of direction penalty and going to the penalty box, but also taking out the jammer, Susan B. Agnew, before they could make the initial pass. So now the initial pass has been made. Both jammers can score. Wee Beastie already putting up 4, another 4 on top of that.
And they call it off.
Skateboard with a star for Quicksilvers this jam.
And Bewitched for the world.
And Quicksilvers are down 1 blocker right now with Soul Crusher in the penalty box. Smart. I think the world wanted to get a chance to maybe have the numbers in their favor for this jam and called that one off, or had it called off pretty early, allowed them to have 1 extra skater on the track, and it worked. Bewitched picks up the lead jam.
Which might be the first lead for the world.
It is a power jam for the world as Skateboard goes to the penalty box.
Now this is the perfect time to rack up some points and take advantage of offense. Looking for that inside line.
Bewitched looked like they had an easy path, and then Morningstar got in the way and forced Bewitched back.
And they exit the pass. Big hit. Big hit.
Wow.
But they're okay.
Cool thing about roller derby is you can't get penalties against the other team, but you can do the same thing to your own teammates and never get called.
Yep.
We just saw Wee Beastie kind of like shove their teammates out of the way.
Which can happen. Going for that offense on the inside line. For another pass. Oh, watch out for Callie on that line. Callie getting a penalty. And they call off the jam.
Bewitched called the jam off before the other jammer got out of the penalty box. So we will have a power start for the world. They will have the only jammer on the track to start this jam.
Helen Killer jamming for the world.
And we will skateboard back out there once the penalty is up. For the Quicksilvers.
Helen Killer kicked out of that inside line on that first turn.
Skateboard comes out of the penalty box, finds a path down the outside of the pack, and picks up lead jam in like succession, like boom, boom, boom. That's how it worked.
And Hill and Killer can't call off the jam because they're not lead. A skateboard can.
Four points on the board and a quick call off for the Quicksilvers and skateboard.
Now we got Sunshiner.
We're back to full strength now, so we have Helen Killer once again wearing the star, going up against number 24, Sunshiner.
Official reveal.
Oh, maybe not Helen Killer. Not there was two stars on the track at the same time. I mean, they're all stars, but two of the same team wearing stars.
Can't have two jammers from the same team.
Got officials timeout right now. Right now, the score Quicksilver's 102, the World 24. We got 11 and a half minutes left in the first half. It's an official's timeout right now, and you can tell by how the jam timer is touching his shoulders. He's not doing the W from or the M from YMCA, but he's doing a timeout.
Although a lot of the times the skaters use this time to have dance breaks.
Yep, you get up next to him and you could do Y and then have him doing that, and you could do the CA next.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
Oh!
There we go. It's a new special timeout, the YMCA. I wish I could call that up. It would have been perfect. With this jam, we have Sunshiner with a star for the Quicksilvers, co-captain of the Quicksilvers.
Taking a lot of space to run up. Use that momentum to hit the pack. And the world gets lead.
Yeah. To say that kind of distance allows you to see like where you may want to go and where people are, the blockers are showing up. And sometimes, you know, you really can't ram into them full speed just because you'll get called for a back block. But if you can get between two,
The score is 102-24. We got 11 minutes left in the jam. Or in the half. A very chill YMCA break. And that's an end to the timeout.
We've used to with the star for the Quicksilvers this jam.
And Wednesday for the world.
BBC goes to the outside and
Make
back
that
to the
initial pass, yeah.
back to the inside and back to the outside, and then gets the pass. Wednesday looking to make the initial pass.
On
Oh,
the
nice
inside
move.
line.
Nice move, Wednesday.
Now
Dodge that three wall.
Jammer.
Wednesday dodged that three wall and then found a little space underneath everybody. And once
On
again
that
goes.
line. Oh. And they call it off.
One point going up for the world there. 5 going for the Quicksilvers last jam.
Monkey Do for the world.
Folia for the Quicksilvers.
On that jammer line, looks like some stuff's going to happen.
Both jammers getting knocked to the inside of the track and out of bounds. Have to come back in behind the people and knock them out.
And Monkey Do makes out for that initial pass and gets lead for the world. Watch out, Phobia's behind you. Monkey Do going to that line, fighting back and forth. And Phobia makes that pass. And gets a cut.
Monkey Do still with lead jam there.
Power jam for Monkey Do. Going in on that outside line. Oh, watch out for that line.
So Crusher crushed that soul. Now going to the inside. Beautiful one-footed pass there with the other leg up in the air, going past that pack and putting 4 points on the board for the world.
Coming along with a nice derby stance. On that outside line.
Oh, nice. Monkey Do gets knocked down, jumps back up and sees a path on the inside, puts another 4 points, and calls the jam off for the world.
I'd say that was pretty successful.
Astronauti with a star for Quicksilver.
How's it coming? Jamming for the world. I was like, wait, what? Astronauti pushing up that line, using all that strength.
How's it coming? Finally finds a path around the outside of the pack and picks up lead jam for the world.
The world is on a streak for this lead jam.
Yeah, the world is not ready to roll over and die. They're going to show what they can do out here. Oh, nice
on the
move.
outside, watch out for ER. And doesn't get had out, watch out for Maggie. Good, avoids that hit. For another lap, racks up another 4 points and calls it off.
Oh, hell's a coming, calls it off, and the Quicksilver jammer got called for a track cut, so we will start the next jam with a power start. For the world. The world is on quite a streak right now.
The world's on a roll. Bewitched jamming for the world. Looking to that offense from their teammates.
With that whistle, the jam starts.
Going in on that inside line. The good thing for Shaking O is moving around that pack. Watching in on that inside line as Callie draws them back, making sure that they don't get a track cut. Astro re-enters the pack for their initial pass.
I believe picks up lead on that pass, yeah. Astronaut picking the outside line, same line that the initial lead pass came on. The 4 points go up on the board.
Bewitch still working on that pass. Working around, and Astro breaks out of the pack, scoring another 4 points. Bewitch ruthlessly fighting at the back of the pack, trying to pass through. Some offense from their teammates.
Yeah, Helen Killer did a 360 there and then woke up, and then as soon as the 360 stopped, Astronauti was there.
And it looks like we're seeing maybe a star pass. Or not yet, no. Astro makes it out again for another lap. For Astro, this is simply a game of just racking up points for another pass. A good 24-point jam. That's a lot.
Apparently, Astronauti was the answer to the hotness of the world. We've Easty with the star for the Quicksilvers.
And Wednesday with the star for the world. Looks like another YMCA official review break.
Oh, we're doing some track fixing.
Track maintenance.
Yeah. Underneath underneath the borders of the track is a nylon rope, which allows the skaters to know if they're skating backwards when they hit it, they'll be out of bounds. It's really a boundary rope there, so it's like you. And sometimes when you stop it on it a few times, the rope comes through, so you got to keep putting tape on it.
The rope is also good for letting the skaters know if they're out of bounds or not. I saw a cartwheel. Oh my goodness.
Funny story, I've tripped over the rope before.
That's no good.
That's not good.
Some gymnastics. Little did you know, not only is this a roller derby game, it's also a gymnastics tournament. Little bunny hops going on. This is always very entertaining. Some twirls. Dancing. More cartwheels. In sync, too. That's what you call sportsmanship.
Ooh, what's that?
Oh, no.
Skull.
The glass?
Yeah.
From where? Oh, interesting. Wednesday with the star for the world.
We've Easty for the Quicksilvers.
Close on that line. The pack is right up against that jammer line.
BC goes down the inside line, back to the outside, and makes the initial pass, picking up lead jam for the Quicksilver.
Breaks out of the pack almost immediately. Wednesday picks up a track cut. 30 seconds in the penalty box. So it's a power jam.
And
for
Beastie.
WBC.
Yeah, it's a power jam. You are correct. Beastie just putting another 4 points up. Beastie with the lead can call it off at any time, but may just see how many points you can put on before the 119's left in this jam. Oh, backwards pass
Stays
by
in
the
on
pack.
that line with some footwork. The world is losing some players due to some penalties. This is simply a walk in the park for Wee Beastie, picking up 16 points already, coming in for another lap. And calls it off. Or gets a penalty? I think they got a penalty.
Nope, that's a penalty. It's now a power jam for Wednesday. The 31 seconds left in this jam.
Which is still possible for them to score some points.
See if Wednesday can get back to the pack.
Seeing some great offense from the World's team.
A lot of times.
Oh, it takes the net inside line. A little bit of a trip, but that's okay.
Hit that apex jump and landed it, sort of, on the track. If you're on the track, you landed it.
Going in again for that inside line, but takes a check onto the hip. She's a tough cookie. It's the microphone. Yeah.
I'm too close to it.
Oh. Got Helen Killer jamming for the world.
Sunshiner for Quicksilver.
These jammers are backed up, so they have some space to move around, maybe some defense. Who knows?
Sunshiner goes to the inside, Quicksilver to the outside. I'm sorry, Helen Killer to the outside.
Moving around and gets hits up a lot.
And Sunshiner breaks through the pack, picks up lead jam for Quicksilvers.
Helen Killer goes to that outside line but gets kicked out and is re-entering that pack.
Oh.
Helen fighting in the back of that pack, trying to get that initial score.
Sunshiner calling that jam off.
That seemed like a tiring jam.
All that for 0-0.
Sometimes that happens.
We are down to under 2 minutes left in the first half. There's a possibility that this could be the last jam before we have halftime. And we have a timeout.
White timeout. We got Tricky Vic with the star on the helmet for the world. Or wait, no, Monkey Do. I messed up.
No, you didn't. It's Monkey Do. You're right.
It is? Yeah. Love the banana socks. More cartwheels.
Look at that.
That's beautiful form.
Looks like we're back to the gymnastics portion of your day.
Ah. Back bends, maybe? Oh, moonwalking. These skaters are getting pretty ambitious with their dance moves. And we resume back to the game.
And like that, Astronauti's there with a star for Quicksilvers. Both jammers go to the outside of the track looking to get through. Looks like Astronauti has one to beat to get through the pack and picks up lead jam for the Quicksilvers.
Monkey Do still fighting through the back, but going back and forth to the lines with a beautiful bean dip, making that initial pass for the world. Astro calls off the jam, preventing Monkey Do from
looks like
getting
we will
more
have
points.
enough time for one more jam in this first half. Skateboard with a star for the Quicksilvers.
And green eggs and slam for the world.
Those are some impressive socks, too.
Those are.
Yeah.
I've seen my fair share of socks. On that jammer line for one more jam. Green eggs and slam bashes through the back of the pack. Both jammers working for that initial pass. And skateboard to the outside for that initial pass.
So we only have like 4 or 3 seconds left in game time, but we will go to the end of the jam.
Things are getting tense as skateboard comes up to the back of the pack.
Now skateboard does have a lead. Skateboard can call it off anytime skateboard wants to.
And they did.
The queen declares let them have halftime.
All right, our score is 154 for Quicksilver and 43 for the world.
We're going to play some music and let you guys go check out the merch tables. They got merch everywhere. And you can also get concessions. You can visit the sample soap table. You can also use the facilities. Do anything you want, but we'll be back here in 14 and a half minutes.
For more derby.
right, folks. Looks like we got about 20 seconds till the second half starts. You might want to get back to your seat.
Or back to your benches if you're a player.
If you're benches, and get your popcorn out and get ready to see the end of this fantastic game. The world is down by 111 points. Not impossible in roller derby.
Looks like we got Monkey Do with a star for the world.
Astronauty for Quicksilvers.
Up on that line. Oh, another gear check.
We are doing a second half gear check on all the skaters, make sure everything is in its proper place, velcroed together correctly.
Making sure those helmets are on nice and tight. Some games they only do one gear check. Sometimes they do two. Oh yeah. Sometimes people forget. Got to make sure you keep all those pearly whites.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having them all knocked out on the track.
Jack-o'-lantern.
We are starting out the second half with one blocker from the Quicksilvers in the penalty box, and that's the penalty that carried over from the end of the first half. And we have a thumbs up from the referees. Looks like we're ready to go.
These blockers now looking to the inside of the line as Monkey Do lines up. And off the bang.
Astronauty trapped in a three wall, getting pushed to the ground and finds a way through the back, picks up the lead jam.
And Monkey Do on that outside line avoids catastrophic.
If you're new to roller derby, you know you can't grab with your hands. You can't use your hands whatsoever.
That would be a forearm. Monkey Do makes it outside of that pack for that initial pass.
And Astronauty calls the jam off. 8 points on the board for Quicksilver.
A good jam for the Quicksilvers to start it out.
Soul Crusher with a star for Quicksilver.
And Bewitched for the world.
Crusher goes to the outside and picks up lead jam for Quicksilvers.
Bewitched still stuck behind that pack. Working on that initial pass. Going into the middle and the outside line.
Even though Bewitched being trapped behind that wall does not, the legs are always moving, always in motion. Eventually, you'll pick the right avenue and make your way through, but if you keep moving, that's the secret to it. And then, like I said, once
Dude gets out on the inside line. Oh, some jammer on jammer action. I don't know if we're allowed to say that. Bewitched knocked out of the pack by Soul Crusher, but makes it back in. Soul Crusher with an incredible apex jump and calls off the jam, scoring 12 points for Quicksilver.
big hit out here on Bewitched. Little jammer on jammer action. Skateboard with the star for Quicksilvers this jam.
And Susan B. Agony for the world. It's another thing you can do as a jammer. You can hit the other jammer. Skateboard pushing through that pack and makes it out almost instantly.
Just rammed into Hell and Killer. Killer went down and Skateboard went by and picked up the lead jam. Skateboard just changing directions. Unfortunately, the whole body didn't follow the plan and hit the deck, but did pop back up, went through the pack, and picked up 4 points on that pass.
Susan B. fighting in the back of that pack into the middle. And Skateboard for another pass. Scoring another 4 points for that, 8 points for the Quicksilvers.
Got a directional penalty there on Dr. Frankenherder going to the penalty box. Now Quicksilver to down one blocker.
Some hard hits I'm seeing.
Multiplayer block going against the captain of the team. ER going to the penalty box. Now we got two Quicksilvers in the penalty box.
And the multiplayer is probably from their arms still connecting and not going down when the jammer comes to hit the arms in a tripod. Frankenfurter comes out of the box, back to the pack.
Another 4 points on the board for Skateboard. It's a 16-point jam so far for the Quicksilvers.
Susan B. still fighting for that initial pass and makes it through.
Oh, Skateboard getting called for a penalty is now a power jam for the world.
Some extra time, yeah.
Yeah, only in 10.98 seconds. This is when you get past Derby. But you get the automatic points going through the private penalty box, so at least you pick up a couple.
And with that, the jam is over. With 16 points for Quicksilver, 0 points for the world.
No, they picked up 4. They got
picked up 4.
The 2 in the penalty box and the 2 on the track, and then
official
we
review.
have a official review being asked for by the Quicksilvers. When we have an official review in roller derby, the coach and the captain both go out to plead their case to the officials. Hoping they all maybe saw something and they can convince them they saw something that wasn't right. Then the zebras all get together by themselves and discuss it.
The zebra's at the watering hole.
So the Quicksilvers were.
Sorry. Still discussing it.
I was going to explain what you were asking. Yeah, I know.
Right. Yes.
Now it's okay. The white team, Quicksilvers, were challenging how many points were scored by the world on that last jam. 4 points in total on the board. They did pick up all 4 points, and the Quicksilvers have lost their challenge for the second half.
It is on. It is on. Wednesday. Uh-oh. Okay. Wednesday with the start for the world. Looks like we're starting out with only one jammer. No jammer on the track.
We will start the next jam in a polished start, Wednesday being the only jammer on the track, as Skateboard went to the penalty box before the end of the last jam. I think, or maybe it was another Skeeter, I can't remember. Oh, there's 3 Quicksilvers in the penalty box. It'll be a 5-on-2 start.
So looking to see some offense from the world.
A lot of times the jammer will call the offense at that point and say, either get out of my way or make a mess of everything.
Don't want to get a false start there.
So the world doesn't have a lot of time, but does have the numbers in their
favor, yeah.
Now Wednesday didn't have to come back because the blocker did fall out of bounds as well.
But they're fighting on that line. Callie back from the box to join the Quicksilvers, and Skateboard back from the box.
If a blocker blocks the jammer out of bounds and they both fall out of bounds, the jammer does not have to come in behind the blocker.
Skateboard coming in for that second pass to score some points. And Wednesday with their initial pass.
Track awareness is very important in roller derby.
Skateboard comes in beautifully on that inside line, scoring another 4 points.
Both jammers are in a scoring position right now, with Skateboard having a lead jam.
And comes in with some defense to the world. Skateboard again with another pass.
Wednesday looking for a path through. Finally does. Looks like one to beat to get through.
But not after Skateboard comes out with another third pass, scoring 12 points. ER back from the box to join the Quicksilvers. And racking up more points, Skateboard with, I believe, a 4th pass. A beautiful jam.
4 points going up on the board for the world as well. Both teams are on full strength this jam.
We have Iron Maiden for the world. Looks like another timeout. I think everyone has their ducks in a row with the amount of skaters on the track.
When we resume, Wee Beastie will be jamming for the Quicksilvers.
And Iron Maiden for the world. With that, we resume the game. Lined up on that pack looks like some jammers going to be doing some offense, or some defense, that is. Iron Maiden trapped in that back of the pack.
Wee Beastie hits that blue wall there, known as the world, and sidesteps around the outside, picking up lead jam for the Quicksilver. Once again, another pass on the outside of the pack, another 4 points up on the board for Wee Beastie.
Iron Maiden still working on that initial pass. With a strong wall. And Wee Beastie comes out with another 4 points. Iron Maiden slaving over that wall.
Oh,
And
it's
gets
one to
out.
beat. Finally makes a round. Oh,
With an initial pass and avoids the hit. Coming around that corner and they call off the jam. A 16-point jam for Quicksilver. 0 point for the world. Our
hey,
score,
looks like we got
yeah.
2 maybe going up for the world. I'm not sure.
or maybe 18.
Either that or they're saying peace to you. I don't know.
Peace and love. You have Monkey Do with the star for the Quicksilvers.
Astronauti for the
Or
Quicksilvers.
no, I messed it up. Not the Quicksilvers, the world.
We are the world.
Big hit on that outside line. And ER draws that pack back. Monkey Do bean dips into the middle of the back of the pack. Going back and forth on that line with incredible footwork and a bean dip. And makes it almost out and ooh! Almost. Monkey Do still working on that initial.
Lots of whistles blowing. A lot of people going to the penalty box this jam. Got 2 Quicksilvers in there right now.
Back and forth, and Monkey Do makes it out of the pack.
And Astronauti calls that jam off.
Oh no.
Peanut butter and jam with the star for the world. Sunshiner for Quicksilver. Looked like peanut butter and jam picked up the lead jam for the world. Oh, I see. These are the MVPs. That one's alive.
Peanut butter and jam with that lead, being told to call it off. And they call it off.
Four points on the board for the World.
We got Green Eggs and Slam with a star for the World.
Dr. Frankenherter for the Quicksilvers.
Another timeout.
And with that whistle, we are back to action.
These blockers look ready. But that Green Eggs and Slam goes to the outside line. Breaks in through the middle and makes initial pass for the World. Incredible and smoothly done. Followed by Dr. Frankenfurter exiting the pack for their initial pass. Skateboard comes into that pack. Stops Green Eggs and Slam in their tracks. And calls off the jam. Green Eggs and Slam called off the jam. Scoring 1 point. Oh, 1 and 1 point. They both scored 1 point.
Astronaut with a star for Quicksilvers this jam.
An Iron Maiden for the World.
Astronaut falling into the four wall of the World. Iron Maiden looking to go around the outside, snuck by but got bounced back onto the track by Caliber. And Astronaut picks up the lead jam for Quicksilvers.
Iron Maiden working in the back of that pack. Astro racking up more points. ER re-enters the pack from the penalty box to rejoin the pack of the Quicksilvers. And Astro gets up, racking another 4 points.
Iron Maiden still looking to get through the pack. 2 Quicksilver blockers with 2 in the penalty box.
On that inside line, it looks like a star pass has happened. So now our jammer for the World is Bewitched. Big hit from Callie.
It's again Caliber knocking Bewitched out of bounds and bringing Bewitched back.
And in on that inside line, Bewitched, our new jammer from that X-Star pass on their initial pass.
But Astronaut, he calls the jam off after putting up
16 points.
16 points. There might be another one. I'm always holding off to see if there's any more, but I think that's... Sunshiner with a star for Quicksilvers this jam.
Our jammer for the world is Peanut Butter and Jam.
Who got lead jam last time was out there.
An official timeout. More dancing. Dance break.
Don't forget we have a second game here after this. We're going to have a level 1 and level 2 for skaters in the next game. And as well as we'll be here June 10th and 11th for the JRDA playoffs that'll be going on here at the Dome. The whole weekend. Take this and multiply it by 8 more games or 9 more games from teams from all across the country. Once again, we are back to the action. We're going to start with Sunshine of the Star for Quicksilver.
Peanut Butter and Jam for the world. We're back into it.
Sunshine plowing right up the middle, getting knocked down. Peanut Butter and Jam going to the outside, back to the inside.
Up against 2 blockers in the back.
And Sunshiner does pick up lead jam after going around the outside of the pack.
Peanut going back and forth from line to line.
Not having much luck against Skateboard hitting that pack.
Or Caliber. Sunshine with lead jam.
4 points on the board already in one pass.
Peanut in the back of the pack, going on the inside line.
Sunshine are trying to come behind Caliber, not both of them getting knocked out of bounds, unfortunately, and having to be recycled.
Sunshine on the inside line with a beautiful step for more points. And a star pass from Peanut Butter and Jam. Our new jammer is Casper for the world.
You know, nice move, spinning backwards, almost making it through and getting, unfortunately, knocked out by Caliber at the last second.
Some incredible footwork from Casper in the back of the pack. And Sunshine goes to the outside. These walls are really tough to get through. Sunshine out with another 4 points. And with that, Quicksilver scores 16, the world 0. We got Wednesday up with the star for the world.
Phobia for Quicksilvers.
Going in the back of the back. That Wednesday pushes through the Quicksilvers.
A nice move by Phobia's hopping over the last blocker to pick up lead jam for Quicksilver. It was like an apex jump over a person.
Wednesday coming in, ooh, with a jump on that inside line. It gets knocked down and recycled back of the pack. Phobia with that outside line. Wednesday looking at that offense.
Phobia on 1
almost.
foot, coming around on the inside of the apex of the turn and picks up another 4 points.
It's really important to have that good track awareness. You don't want to trample your other teammates or the opposing team. That Monkey Do with the star for the world.
Soul Crusher for the Quicksilver.
Oh, I see. I want.
Hey, Morty, look over here. Right there.
Next to Astro's foot. Need more tape. Some skatenance is on the way. Skatenance. Skate maintenance. Good as new.
Yay.
Wednesday with a star for the world.
Phobia with the Quicksilvers, and Because of the last jam ended with an injury, we will pick up where the last jam left off with the white jammer with the lead. Something new they're trying this year with Junior Roller Derby.
We're back into this jam.
Just to let you know, number 13 already has lead jam because the last jam ended in an injury. So 13 can call it off at any time, including right as the whistle blew to start. But looks like 13 wants to pick up some points. So 4 points go on the board.
With Wednesday not so close behind. These jammers speeding around the track. Who's going to be the first to score some points?
Well, Phobia got 4 already from the first pass.
4 already
Because
to start.
Phobia had lead to start, so it's confusing
True
a little
that.
bit. But
This new protocol,
I think the world might have put up at least another one up there.
maybe.
Well, kudos for Wednesday for getting the initial pass and getting up to the position to score. Phobia calling it off after putting 1 point up on that second pass.
We got Monkey Do with the star for the world.
Soul Crusher for Quicksilver.
On that lineup, Monkey Do goes to the line.
Wow, Quicksilver just plowed the way through with one jammer to beat. Picks up lead jam for Quicksilver.
Monkey on that line avoids. Oh, and is pulled again by Caliber. Ooh, big hit.
Directional block getting called against Skateboard, having to go to the penalty box. Now we're one down blocker for Quicksilver, but Soul Crusher putting another 4 points on the board on the next pass.
Getting out of that pack, very clean. Scoring another 4 points. Oh, apparently in the box. Meaning this is a power jam for Monkey Do. Going in with that offense from their teammates. Only one blocker. Watching that line.
Caliber's been getting in people's way all day today. Making
All
it difficult.
day.
Yeah, difficult on the inside line, difficult on the outside line.
And Monkey Do with an initial pass. There's still time to score some points with 30 seconds on the clock.
And we will go to full jam because we lost lead jam. Soul
Oh,
Crusher.
beautiful apex jump from Soul Crusher. Lands it clean, and Monkey Do scores some points for the world. Coming in on that line around the corner.
Great move by Monkey Do to go down the inside line, and as the jam comes to an end, putting up 8 points there for the world.
An impressive jam from Monkey Do.
Dr. Frankenherder for the Quicksilvers with a star of this jam.
And Helen Killer for the world. Another timeout. The Quicksilvers, no?
Yeah.
A lot of them are in the box.
I don't think anybody. Oh no, that's right.
Does anyone foul?
Maggie Nito is like standing, so it's standing. There's been a lot of people in film.
We resume the bout.
Killer goes along the inside line. Frankenherder tries to go up the middle, right into the teeth of a four wall.
Both these jammers fighting in the back of the pack.
Actually, Killer getting knocked out by her own teammate allows Quicksilvers to pick up lead jam.
Frankenherder out of the pack. We got some jammers going around that corner. On that inside line.
Green Eggs and Slam taking out Frankenherder.
And calls off the jam. I don't think any points were scored. Oh, no. 2 points for Quicksilver.
2 up for the Quicksilvers.
Got Peanut Butter and Jam with the star for the world.
Morning Star for Quicksilver.
This might be the first time. Oh, no. Is it the first time Morning Star is jammed?
I'm not sure. I think, yeah.
Maybe.
Morning Star getting a little escort down the outside line by Caliber and picking up lead jam for Quicksilver.
Peanut Butter and Jam still working on that initial pass.
We are down to 6.5 minutes left in this game. 4 points on the board for Quicksilvers and Morning Star.
Coming up on turn 3. Peanut Butter and Jam still fighting that pack ruthlessly.
Another nice pass on the outside by Morning Star. 4 more points on the board for Quicksilver. Oh,
Peanut Butter
perfect.
and Jam with that initial pass. Avoiding Sunshiner.
It's great defense set up. The defense actually made a path for Peanut Butter and Jam to get around the outside.
Power Jam. And it looks like Morning Star is in the box, meaning we will go the full 2 minutes. This is a great time for Peanut Butter and Jam to score some points.
I love hearing the coaches.
And looks like we got a star pass for the world. Ooh, big fall. But we're okay. Ooh, our new jammer from the world. Outside on that line. Iron Maiden with a big hit.
With that whistle, the jam comes to an end. We went the full 2 minutes.
That was an exhausting one. A lot of falls, a lot of penalties.
Skateboard with a star for Quicksilver this jam.
And Green Eggs and Slam for the world.
Both jammers go to the inside line. Skateboard finally pops out of a 3-wall and picks up a lead jam for the Quicksilvers.
Green Eggs and Slam with a big hit to the outside, but comes back up and is recycled back into the pack from Maggie.
Maggie Needle showing you exactly where you can come back in. Behind me. 4 points on the board for Skateboard.
Green Eggs and Slam still working on that initial pass in the back of the pack.
Another 4 on the board for Skateboard.
Looks as though we got a beautiful star pass from the world. Susan B. Agony with the star cover in hand. Coming into the back of the pack. Still possible to score some points with the helmet cover in your hand, I think.
Still looking to make the initial pass, though, I believe. So it's...
No points yet.
Yeah, and you can't... Actually, you have to have it on to score points. So if you don't have it on your helmet, you can pass the pack and get the initial pass, but you have to have it on to put points on the board.
And now with the star cover on Susan B. Agony's helmet. Turning around, but not before Skateboard calls off the jam. With 20 points for Quicksilver. We got almost 2.5 minutes left in this half.
Astronauty with a star for Quicksilver.
Monkey Do for the world. Right up on that inside line. These jammers look like there might be some defense, but not before timeout.
The refs are not ready yet, so hold on a second. Just in case you're curious about the skating refs, we have our head ref, Corporal Chaos. We've got Queenie, Rosie the Pivoter, Marvel, Ziggy Skull Crush, Scruff Canuck, and Williams. Those are our skating officials.
Some NSOs. We got Dark Mark, Texas, Mike, Voodoo Child, Richard Whiten,
Yep.
Techie, the Candyman, Sal Morel Sour?
Slamarella Sour.
That's a good one.
Sammer. She looked over when
Veronica Scars. These are great names.
Yeah. We needed to get them in there. I'm sorry about that. Salmonella Sour there.
Always give credit for the good names. The creativity.
So the blue pivot will be in the penalty box because there was before the star pass was completed, there was a high block. So it wasn't a star pass in the last jam.
A ref dance break from Rosie. The vibes on the track are immaculate. Oh, karaoke time? No. Y'all don't want to hear me sing.
Everybody dance now.
You want to try? Oh, I'll bring the mic over to you. Meet halfway. Ooh. Oh.
I want to get to like the. I know, we gotta wait. We're gonna do it at the same time, right? We will.
Yeah.
Trust us.
Oh, sure. I'm sure the
We can't. We have to wait. We have to wait till the part. So, oh. We'll just do it. Wait.
Everybody dance now! Wow, wow, wow! Everybody dance now!
Everybody dance now. Okay, I'm done.
Beautiful karaoke.
We have a bunch of announcers in training over here. Or is it karaoke in training?
Derby players by day, singers by night. Their careers, they're coming into view.
It kind of reminds me of people say, I'll sing a song and they'll say, you know who does that? And I say, yeah, and they'll say,
That's why they're singing it.
yeah, let them do it.
That's why it's their job and not yours.
They don't. Yeah, you don't want to hear me sing. Still have concessions here, folks, if you're hungry, if you're getting ready for the second game as well. We've got merchandise, if you'd like to buy some merchandise. We always have a lot of great merchandise here. We are joined by Sample Soap, of course, as always. And I want to remind you the JRD playoffs will be in this dome June 10th and 11th.
And that'll be a happening event.
This is teams from all over the country will be coming into Little Rochester for the playoffs.
Multiple games.
Okay.
So due to injury, we will have a different jammer taking the jammer's spot who went to the penalty box from the last jam. Both jammer and pivot went to the penalty box for hot.
Got Astro with the star for the Quicksilvers. And Monkey Doo in the box for the World, but standing.
It leaves, unfortunately, the World down by 2 skaters out here for this next jam. Astro nodding.
Astro with a big sweeping move on the outside first corner.
And Astro actually calling the offense there right before the whistle blew. First time we've seen that today where we've had a power start for a jammer. We are down to under 2 minutes left in the game. I want these skaters have put on such a great show today. It's such a great game. We really need to get loud for them as we come down to the end of the game. So please stomp your feet once the action starts again. Clap your hands and make yourself loud and show your appreciation.
Wednesday with the star for the World.
And we have Maggie Nito for Quicksilver. And a spin around out on the outside line, and Maggie Nito picks up lead jam for Quicksilver.
Wednesday with a really good move on the inside line for their initial pass.
Both jammers making a...
4 points after Maggie calls it off.
Yeah, but Wednesday picked up some points there, making it the last sprint down the line to get by before the fourth whistle was blown. So both jammers picking up 4 points. This will most likely be the last jam of the game, so please get loud, stomp your feet, clap your hands. This is when we need to get loud for these great skaters on the track.
Woo-hoo!
Unless there's a timeout.
In which case, we'll just hold off on the clapping until then. Oh, a stanky leg from Iron Maiden. Haven't seen one of those since prom. Cutting a rug.
I thought they were just trying to get their toe stop back on.
Nah. That was them feeling the groove. The timeout dance breaks are always my favorite as a jammer. Get some small talk in with your teammates, the opposing team. Swap phone numbers.
Someone do the moonwalk. There we
I wanna
go.
see another cartwheel.
Nice.
Ooh. I got a little Michael Jackson. We resume. The
All
rest
right,
of
so
the
get
game.
real loud, folks. Get real loud. We have 30 seconds left in this game. Show your appreciation for the skaters.
Ironman with the star of the world. Here we go into this final jam.
There you go. Woo! Come on. Clap those hands. Stomp those feet. If you open the seats up there, they make real loud noise when you slam the chair back.
Ironman in the back of the pack.
Soul Crusher picking up the lead jam,
After Cowley pulls back.
putting on 4 points up on that pass.
Ironman still working on that initial fighting through in the back.
Soul
Sweeping
Crusher
around.
picks the outside line one more time. We are game time is 0. We will go to the end of the jam or to whenever Soul Crusher does that. Calls the game off.
And there you have it, folks.
The
Not
jam
quite
has
yet.
been called, and we have unofficial score right now.
That was a beautiful game.
Yeah, put these ones down here, so there they are. So we hand them to them, and they'll write them down, and then give them back to us, and they'll like announce. So each team gets one of these. I'll go. We'll hand it to them. And of course, we need a marker or a pen or something.
I can go find something.
And with that whistle, we do have a final score, 359 Quicksilver, 70 the world. It just shows you the Quicksilvers had the world's number today.
Should I give one to each? Yeah. Okay.
Now is a fun time when we're going to do our
We're gonna do that. Yeah.
MVPs. The teams decide.
So I'm gonna.
The council will decide their fate.
You guys figure that out. Give it back to us. And
This is a part of the game where
Okay.
prizes
I'm gonna
get
let
involved.
You guys, I have a list here of everybody, and you can tell us. You can give it back to us when you figure it out.
So we're going to do MVPs and blockers and jammers up here in a second. And then I think we're going to get a victory lap and a consolation lap.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we should do a victory lap. Yeah.
You guys might want to line up along the track if you want. We're going to have a victory lap and a consolation lap before we do MVPs. So you might want to, come stand along the side of the track and slap hands with these skaters as they do. Take a victory lap. The Quicksilvers are taking the victory lap.
Boom, boom, boom. Big round of applause for our Quicksilvers!
All right.
All right.
All right.
Watch out there.
Put your hands together for the world and the consolation lap.
Incredible.
Oh, we're going to do another victory lap. What's going on?
Oh, you guys already have the winners and everything?
Keith, I think Keith flipped them, so give me a minute.
Okay.
And like I said, the consolation lap for the world. It just wasn't the world's day today.
Oh, really? Nice. They did great. You did great. Great job. One of them. I gotta wait for you got another one here.
Check 1, 2. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, I'm gonna give you your marker back because I hate when people steal my marker.
Okay, now we go out to the center. And we will announce them.
Okay, folks, it's now time for us announcing the MVP blockers and jammers. These are votes voted on by the other team. So the team that just played them felt that these players were MVPs.
Oh, I gotta speak up.
Well, she's not talking. That's why you can't hear her. Okay. So we'll start off with our friends from the world. This is voted on by the Quicksilvers. We have the awards out here. We have MVP Jammer, number 3, peanut butter and jam. You can say out here peanut butter and jam. We're going to take some pictures. Hold on. And MVP blocker from the world, number 11, Casper. And from the Quicksilvers, MVP jammer, number 404, skateboard. And the MVP blocker, number 50, caliber.
There you have it. Those are the
Come out and get pictures
MVPs.
with their kids or your friends, you know. They light up, yeah.
Glow. They glow, folks.
We discovered that when your water bottle started leaking all over the floor, okay?
There was a little water explosion over there. We had to use the bucket. Incredible. Big picture time!
Go get it, yeah. Get in front of the scoreboard, folks. Oh, the...
Guys, photos! Photos!
Turn the music up. We'll have another game coming in just a few minutes, and we thank you for coming out for this first one, that's for sure.
Thank you all so much.